If your house is filled with too many things after the holidays, maybe it's time to clear out some of that old stuff and make some money while you're at it. Here to show us how is AOL Consumer Advisor Latoya Drake. Latoya, good to see you this morning.
Hi, good morning, Chris.
We're going to start with some electronics. I recognize some of these items. I think I had them back in 1989 or so. You can actually still sell those. Huh?
Absolutely. You can give it a shot at trying to make a little bit of money. The site is Gazelle.com, and they take your old gadgets. This Wii, for instance, is going for about $90 on Gazelle, and what they ask you to do is simply put in that item, give a description. Is it in good shape? Do you have any of the original packaging? You get a quote, they give you a shipping label, off it goes, and you wait for the check.
But even stuff that's settled, because I'm probably not too far
You're
off.
not going to
early
get too
90s,
much.
late 80s.
Right, you're not going to get too much money, but there is another site that you might give it a shot. It's called nextworth.com. Instead of cash, they give you Target gift cards.
Okay. So there might be a little something there for you.
Might be something.
There is actually a website devoted just to people who have Apple products that no longer have any use for them.
Right. Now, actually, Apple gives you about 10% off of those gadgets if you want to exchange it as part of their recycling program. There's also a site called tunecycle.com. Now, even if you have a broken iPod like what we see here, they will give you some money for that. All you have to do is go in, put it in, wait for a quote.
Cell phones. I've got a whole drawer full of these.
Right. Now, the life cycle for a cell phone is about 1 to 2 years. We know cell phone companies give us new devices. Recellular.com, they give you about $30 per phone if you want to try and unload some of those gadgets.
You say 1 to 2 years. With the technology right now, it's really like 1 to 2 weeks, isn't it? More accurate,
sometimes it seems like as soon as you get the phone, it's out of style. So many times people still hold on to them. If you've got those old gadgets, time to unload.
So you buy these things, you're like, okay, just stop now. Technology, stop for a few months. All right, let's talk about some books.
Right. Now, buying back books is something we traditionally think of for college students. End of semester, they want to make a little bit of money, so they attempt to unload those books. There are sites called cashforbooks.net. All you need to do is enter that ISBN number. That is the number on the top of the barcode. You will then get a quote. You can send those books in. Again, many of these sites, they pay for the shipping. The same is true with these books as well.
Great. Clothing?
Clothing.
Always a big item.
There is a site called Plato's Closet. They're actually stores. You can go on the website and find out where they're located. You really take in your gadgets, your clothing, I'm sorry. I've done this before. You get a quote. This is for purses, shirts, clothes, anything. You get a quote on the spot. They give you cold hard cash. You walk out, you leave the clothing behind.
Nice.
Yes.
Better than consignment, right?
Absolutely.
Children's toys.
Children's toys. If you got too many toys for
Jeff,
the children.
Marisol, you listen to this?
Got too many over the holidays. What you do is threadup.com, head over to that site. You box up everything that you have, clothing, toys, games, send it back. The buyer then pays you for the shipping, so you just simply get to unload those toys. If you see something you like, you can do some shopping around as well.
Which is such, I think, a big detractor for so many people have to pay for shipping a lot of times when they do it. This makes it really easy. Now, I guess we'll call these vintage items, okay?
We'll call these vintage. Now, if you think you can turn your trash into treasure, if you will, there is a site that lets you have a go at it. Your first bet is to really find out what those things are going for. WhatSellsBest.com tells you what they're going for on eBay. Once you have a decent quote, you can go to Etsy.com. Now, if it's older than 20 years, they have a vintage section. You can resell those items on Etsy, but keep in mind you do have to pay a 3.5% transaction fee once you try to unload those items.
When you have some items like this and you do think that, okay, this is vintage, it's worth a little bit more than what they're originally quoting. If you don't like that price quote, can you wait a little while and then maybe try it again and see, well, who knows, maybe I get somebody who's a little bit more generous next time
You know what, you can wait a while, and the thing with vintage is the longer you have it, the more it's worth. But if it's really junk that you need to get rid of and you don't mind seeing it go ahead and take that price. It's money you would not otherwise have had.
Okay, we've got some items here. We actually talked about this week with Rebecca Jarvis as far as some websites where you can actually make some money. Digger's List here, and this is any type of home improvement, right? If you have anything left over.
That's absolutely right. Now, a lot of people are refurbishing their homes. The site Digger's List, as you mentioned, they take everything from toilets to a can of paint to any other furniture. The site is available in about 40 cities. It is free to post those items, so if you no need to take a trip to the junkyard when you've got these items to get rid of.
Especially if it's decent items, like you see here, like a toilet. Say you bought 4 toilets, but you only need 3 for the house, rather than throw it out.
Everything, even the kitchen sink, is available for you to put up for grabs on Digger's List.
Extra paint, wood, you name it, you've got it. And if you don't necessarily feel like donating something, there are some other options as well, correct?
There are. Here's a good idea. You can organize a neighborhood exchange. The site to do that is patch.com. Not only in your city, it's in your neighborhood. You meet up with your neighbors. You get rid of things that you don't want. They do the same. Now, if you don't want to be bothered, don't want to take on anybody else's trash, if you will, the site freecycle.com, they encourage you to just log in and give up what you don't need.
So it's like a neighborhood yard sale without having to sacrifice someone's yard.
I like to call them a swap meet.
Swap. Latoya Drake, thanks so much. Really good to see you here this morning. And for more information on how to sell your stuff, just go to our website, earlyshow.cbsnews.com. All the information is right there. Very informative this morning. Great to see you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much.